In this video, we're going to have a look at the 3 different browsers, which we've kind of touched upon already. We're going to look at them in a bit more detail, starting with the chord sets browser. So the chord sets browser provides access to the chord sets containing the chord matrix and all the settings made on the chords page. So to be able to access this, all we need to do is click on the preset name down here in the chord tab. And should we want to close it down again, we use that little X down there. Okay, so what do we have within here? So first of all, we can refresh the browser. So if we've actually created new entries from other instances that are running, they'll actually be added in there. We can save our own presets here as well by overwriting the name that's there. So we'll say test groove 3, click on the little icon here. And now that's added in there. We then have a list of all our chord set presets here. And we also have the ability to favorite here as well by clicking on this little star icon. Now, if we want to view all of these favorites, all we need to do is click on this little star at the top here, and it'll update to show us only those chord sets that we favorited. Okay, now from here, we have these categories over on the left here. Now, this allows us to choose from simple chord sets, extended chord sets, a little bit more kind of jazzy sounding, complex, unison chord sets, and also the user chord sets. And you can see that test G3 chord set I produced before. So let's have a look at the samples browser next. So let's just click over here. Now to access this, we can click on this little magnifying glass, which appears next to any of our kind of cube icons. And again, we can close that by clicking on the cross. Now within here, first of all, we have the ability to lock. That's going to exclude whatever cube we have selected from being randomized. We then have the ability to randomize the sample. You can see here. So it's now randomizing that cube. We can also restore the original selection, which can take us back to what we had originally. Now, the sample list is going to show us everything we have within a selected category. In this case, it's instruments. And whenever we click on a sample, we're going to load it up. Again, we can favorite from here and view those favorites by clicking on the little star next to the word samples. And again, we've got categories we can choose from here. And we can also choose from a user category as well. Now, the user category refers to samples we actually import ourselves. We're going to have a look at that a little bit later. Now, down here, we can view the sample. That allows us to actually move through the list using these little arrows here. We can click on this button to audition the sample. Also gives us the root key. Now, we can also use this little sample matrix view to actually click on samples that we're going to load up. So for each one of our chords, we can go through and have a different sample loaded up should we wish to, like so. And that was the individual sample browser that, remember, we accessed by clicking on these little magnifying glasses here. But we also have the sample sets browser, which we can access by clicking down here. Now, this is the same as the chord sets browser, really. So we can refresh from here. We can save presets like we did for the chord sets browser. We have our categories located here. And when we click on those, we'll update to show only the presets that reside within that category. And we can favorite from here as well. So that's the samples browser and also the sample sets browser. That just leaves us with the effects sets browser. So we can click on a preset to locate that. And that's the same as the previous chord sets browser and the sample set browser. So we have categories here. We can say presets, we can favorite and view the favorites by clicking on the little star icon here. And remember, if we create a new preset in a different instance, we can refresh the list by clicking on this little arrow here. And those are our browsers. So remember, the chord set, sample set, and effects set browsers are these ones here. So they're all kind of standardized in terms of the way they work. But when we're on the samples, remember, if we click on the little magnifying glass, we get the samples browser, which means for each one of our chords, for each note, we can go in and actually fine tune exactly what sample we want to load up. So rather than say changing, like we would do within here, all of the instruments within a row, we can actually do it for individual chords or individual notes within chords, I should say. Okay, so now we've covered the browsers. In the next video, we're going to have a look at importing and managing samples. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.